going here. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. Holy moly. Do we have a lot to discuss? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay? Let me make sure you're on board because I don't want to waste time with this unless you're following what I'm saying here. Let me make sure everybody knows that we are here. Make sure everybody knows what's happening. Everybody is paying attention. Everybody is on board, listening very carefully as to what's happening. This is the biggest time ever, and I cannot think of any time, well, in recent history where I am seeing such absolute insanity when it comes to what we're seeing here. Let me make sure I got my subscriptions, I got this, I got my, there we go. We are live, very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Look who's on board here. Look what it is, Freddie's here, Benji. Love the title and it's true, that's right my friends, the title is true. Gomer Pyle goes global. Lindsey Graham's fantasy of nuclear showdowns. It is happening right now. Wake up, my friends. Wake up because you've got to make a decision. Is this going to be blind MAGA allegiance? Do you stand your ground? Is this what you believe in? If it is, you're in luck. If it's not, you've got to stand up. You've got to say something. You have got to be, let me look at this. You have got to pay attention. Let us see what's happening right here. Let me see. Loads of likes. I like the likes. Come on, let's get those likes going. Let's get those likes. I want to hear them. I want to see them. We have 101 watching. It is now 12:30 exactly. 12:30 in the morning on Wednesday morning. That's right. Here we are. And I'm about to go on the air live for WABC. My usual routine. And let me tell you something, my friends. Everybody's here. Tucker shredded Ted Cruz. It's shocking how stupid and uninformed Cruz is. He's not stupid. He's not uninformed. You do know this, right? You do know this. He's not uninformed. He's very informed. Let me make sure we understand this. These people aren't stupid. They're not dumb. They know exactly what's happening. Angie says, hey Lionel, do I gotta break out my retired bullhorn? No, he's a C word. Let us try to get the Jim Neighbors. I like the way Sal spells neighbors. N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R. To call Lindsey Graham Gomer Pyle. It's an insult. Well, as you know, they both kind of talk like that. Hey, Sergeant Carter. You know what I mean? That kind of a deal. Lindsey, I ain't no Goober Graham. That would be Goober Pyle. That would be George Lindsey. It's funny, Lindsey. That's interesting. Lindsey Graham, George. Now, let me explain something to you. Let me see if I can bring this up to speed, to bring you up to speed. Pardon my hand here. I'm so sorry. Let me put this over here. Let me make this. There we go. Now, listen. Every now and then, this might be your first time. Maybe this is your first time. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're kind of new to this. I don't know. But you're going to have to ask yourself, what is it that you truly believe in? What is your ideology? Are you MAGA? Are you pro-Trump? Are you blindly focused on anything Trump says? Do you think that maybe Trump is... I can't figure this guy out. I was listening to Alex Jones this morning, and that feller, Nick, what's his name, Fuentes or something? And they called Nick Fuentes a racist and something. Okay. And whenever somebody is called something, I want to listen to what they have to say. Because whenever somebody's called a racist or whatever, they normally speak the truth. Texas Grown says, Gomer Pyle goes global. You made my night with that one. Thank you, Texas. That's exactly what's happening here. So a couple of rules. Couple of Uncle Lenny rules. Number one, you don't let anybody tell you whom you should be voting for. Don't let anybody tell you. Don't let anybody tell you whom you should be voting for or whom you support or anything along those lines. Okay? Do not let anybody tell you. That's number one. Number two, do not feel like you have to always be, dare I say, and I say this, a lovable sycophant, a lovable lickspittle for President Trump. You do not have to like and love every single thing he does. I don't know how to say that to you. I don't know how to put that into words, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to tell you that. There's a lot going on here. You might be in this might be the first time. Mine was 9/11. Mine was 9/11 when they told me, you better not say anything other than the usual routine, or else you're un-American. Well, that didn't work. You have to ask yourself the question whether President Trump, whether MAGA, whether this iteration of the Republican Party in any way comport with your version of geopolitical parity or the like. That makes sense to you? You have to do this. This is the first time. And when you do this, you're going to meet some resistance. You're going to meet some resistance. And when I tell you this, believe me when I tell you this, I'm writing some great questions. Nobles, numbered, single space. Okay. You've got to know how this thing works. So this may be difficult for you. I keep telling you something and I want you to understand. Forget what everybody says. Our job is not to compare what we are saying with Sean Hannity or anybody along those lines because, and this is important, hang on a minute. They don't run the show for us. They don't run the show for us. We don't have to listen to them. They don't tell us what to do. They don't tell us who's in charge. I've never believed this. Fox News, if ever you had any doubt in your mind where Fox News is, and listen, you don't have to say, is this the Israel lobby? Is this Bibi Netanyahu? Is this, what is this? Is this AIPAC? You don't have to decide all this stuff. Toe says, watch your back, Lionel. Well, I'll tell you what we need to do. I guess what we should do, Toe, is just give up, right? Everybody give up. Everybody just... Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. Maybe we should ask for permission. Anybody for asking permission? Maybe Toe's right. Maybe we should play it safe. Maybe we should be like an Emily Campagna or one of these people on Fox and say, screw it, I'm not going to risk my career. If they're for pro-NATO, pro-Israel, pro-anti-Iran, whatever it is, I don't want to miss my $1 million plus gig. CNN's falling apart. MSDNC is nowhere to be found. The only people that really are still around is Fox. Let me ask you a question. Do you honestly believe that most Americans really want this? Beijing said, are you a team player? How would you like to make $30 million a year like safe and effective Rachel Maddow? You know what? If somebody gave me $30 million, I'd probably be right there. You give me $30 million, give me $1 million. I'll take $1 million. $1 million. I'm cheap. You know what? Write me out. Sign me out. But they're not. So the good news is they're not doing this. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about it. I'm telling you that these folks have made their bed. We don't have to worry about that. We can't be a sellout because there's nobody. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's like years ago, somebody said one time. He said, I've always been faithful to my wife. And I said, well, that's good. I said, well, how many offers do you get of infidelity? And he said, well, not that many. I said, it's very easy being faithful to your wife when you don't have to worry about it. So it's very easy for a lot of folks to say, you're a sellout when nobody's offering you $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million, $30 million a year. You know what that's like? So the good news is we don't have to worry about this. So none of us will sell out. None of us will sell out. Texas says, I am deeply connected with the Lord and lived a great life. I'm not afraid to die because I have the divine protecting me. Texas, bless your heart, but other people are saying the same thing. You do understand that text, they're saying to you the same thing. There are Christian Zionists. There are people who believe in the eschatological. This is the end of times. You know that, right? You understand this? There are people who believe in this. And they believe in the end of times. And they believe that this is the Lord's war. And they say, you're not a Christian. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me move it up here like this. Is this better? Good. They will tell you right off the bat that you are wrong. How dare you think that you speak for Christianity? How dare you? This is Armageddon. This is the end of times. This is tribulations. This is where it all happens. And the quicker that we accelerate this nuclear inevitability, the quicker you'll be meeting with the big guy up above. You think I'm kidding? I love you. Thank you, Beijing. By the way, sometimes my zipper will just let me know. In any event, so whose religion is this exactly? Does anybody have a beef? Seriously, with Iran? Anybody have any beef? War is not a Christian value, Mark. Sometimes it is. Do you think World War II was a Christian value? Do you think we did the right thing in stopping fascism? We are not able to speak on behalf of the Lord. We are not able to speak on behalf of the Lord. Let the Lord figure this one out. We don't have to figure this out. We don't have to. I'm asking you. Do you? Texas says, I support Iran in this current situation. I will go a step further for you, Texas grown. I don't support Iran. I don't support war. Period. If I'm a doctor, if I'm a surgeon, if I'm a physician, and I come in and I look and I'm saying, I am not for this notion of, dare I say, what's the word? I'm not for amputation. I don't think it's time for amputation yet. I don't know who the patient is. I'm reading the charts. Not yet. This person is here for a hangnail. I think, for example, I'm against amputation. I don't know who these people are. I have no beef with amputation. Amputation is sometimes warranted, sometimes it's necessary, but I don't have a problem. That's all I'm saying right now. I don't have a beef with Israel. I don't have a beef with Bibi, with Zionism. No. Same thing goes for I don't have a beef with Zelensky. I don't have a beef with NATO per se. I don't care for this. I'm saying not now. I don't have to make any kind of a judgment call. I don't have to invoke the holy name of God. Anything. It's simple. I don't even have to know why. But I will tell you one thing. Trump kind of makes me wonder. 1 minute he's fine. Dan Davis says Epstein got them plenty dirty laundry. Truth and reconciliation only way out. Do you think it's Epstein? Nah, they knew the dirt before. Paul Fallon said, by the way, new names here. Thank you, Paul. And thank you, Dan. Tulsi is keeping her mouth shut because she is gunning to be president. She knows the MAGA ship is taking on water, and she is looking for her chance. She is going to keep her mouth shut to show the world that she is a good soldier and a good subordinate, and that's what subordinates and soldiers do. Their job is not to necessarily make a stand to call the president out. I think it's a good idea for her not to do this, without a doubt. I need more likes, my friend. I need 600 likes. Come on, like this video, God damn it. Now, I don't know what happened to the president. 1 minute he says, we are not going to go into Iran. Then he's upset with Bibi. Bibi says, you're not going to tell me what to do. Then he says, Tehran, be careful. Do you know Tehran? Tehran, by the way, is the size, bigger than New York. It's about 10 million people. So President Trump says, all right, all you Tehranians, beat it. Amscray, take off. Beat it. Beat it and get away. You really should get away from this. Just saying, you should get away. Leave now. The lines, the traffic. Imagine if they told all of us in New York City, beat it, take off. Where are we going to go? I'd be out of there if I were you. Battle carrier groups. What's that about? The Nimitz, and I don't understand this. Then he's talking about target and surgical amputation and assassination of people. How does that work? I need more likes. Come on, everybody, let's go. How does that even work? How do we say, all right, we don't like this? If we said, for example, Macron, we don't like what you're doing. We don't like the way we don't like what you're saying. We don't like what your position is regarding the EU and Ukraine. So we're going to target assassinate you. What? But Iran, you could say it. Oh, because they're evil. Do you believe Iran is evil? See, I don't get into this. I don't fall for that. You're evil. They love to say this. They're evil, like Piers Morgan. By the way, you see George Galloway just destroy Piers Morgan. Oh! Now, for reasons I don't understand, and I will, but I have this thing where all of a sudden George Galloway and I were great buds. And then one day I said, hey, he blocked me, or he whatever it's called, not blocked. Blocked. Yeah. So I said, did you block me? He says, I most certainly did. He said, why is that? He says, I have a red line to cross, or I have a certain, apparently, and that's Israel or Palestine or something. I said, well, what did I do? I mean, not that I'm not going to lose any sleep over this. But I didn't come out strong enough, or I don't know. I don't even know what this is. So I have this continuing growing list of people who say all of a sudden, okay, so I wanted to tell them, hey, that was great with you, Piers Morgan. Then I oh, I can't do it. I can't DM them because I can't, because I didn't pass the litmus test. Now, I'm my own person, and I have my own ideas here. This has nothing to do with Gaza. This has nothing to do with Gaza. Nothing. This has something to do with a different story. Texas Grown says, no, I support Iran's sovereignty, and they were hit under false pretenses and during negotiations. That is true. Don't want war. I just buy 10 commandments. I treat people and give back. One of these things which is important, again, the 10 commandments. I appreciate that. The 10 commandments, most of it has to do with religious and thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. And listen, I'm not going to argue that. I don't care what anybody's thoughts are. 10 commandments, the Quran, the New Testament, Old Testament, I don't care about that. I don't have to tell you why anything. I'm telling you, very simply put, that what is happening right now in the Middle East is going to divide a lot of us. And there's a whole lot of folks who came along the MAGA group who says, you know, I like this Trump. He's anti-war. He's anti-military industrial complex. He's anti-Pentagon. He's not one of these warmongers. Well, he changes from time to time. You know what I really get worried about all the time is I hope to God that he is not losing his mind. Sean says, sounds like you didn't get a lot of explanation out of the incident with George. No, I didn't. I didn't, Sean, but you know what? So that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I guess. I don't worry about this. I'm at a stage in my life where I don't have to explain anything to anybody. And you have every right in your world to like me, not like me. I know I've lost a lot of people, I think for some reason, subscribers, but what are you going to do? Because I'm not one of these Trump sycophants. I've said this repeatedly from 2016 on, and I've said this over and over again, that I am not going to sit here and tell you everything the president does that I think makes sense. Or that doesn't make sense, excuse me. I love what he's doing in terms of, oh, there's Paul Fallon. Thank you, Paulie. I'm not going to say that, I mean, some of his policies are fantastic. Border policy, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Immigration, arresting people, wonderful, beautiful. Tariffs, great so far, I think. Putting in various people, going after lawfare, wonderful, wonderful. I would vote for Trump again. Trump cannot possibly in any way affect my loyalty to him. But that doesn't mean that everything is okay. USS Liberty Part 2. Well, we'll see. It doesn't make sense for Israel to bomb, let's say, the Nimitz. That doesn't make any sense. When dealing with such complex geopolitical issues, where many lives hang in the balance, we should consider, but what would Errol Flynn do? Thank you, Marcus. I encourage everyone to write to Trump and demand he give up his demands to Iran. Okay, that's good. Lionel, you have to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Thank you, sir. Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. But I don't understand what's happening with the president. Say, why is he, what happened to him? Why is he falling into this? Why? And I don't want to sit there and say AIPAC all the time or Zionism. But let me tell you who's making sense. Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, this Nick Fuentes. I haven't really followed him. He's supposed to be some racist. He was making more sense, I heard last night and this morning, than ever, at least regarding this. Certain people can say things that make sense. If David Duke made sense about traffic control, would you eliminate what David Duke said? Would you say, forget it? Forget it. Would you? Would you really do that? Would you say, he can't make sense because he's David Duke? Or would you say, well, when it comes to traffic control, he's 100% correct. We'll go for that. Remember something. When you are told that somebody is a racist, that means that what he's saying is true. When you're told that somebody's a racist, a xenophobe, a transphobe, you'll never hear any of the left call somebody un-American. You ever notice that? Never. Because that's our province. That's who we are. That's who we're all about. So my friends, Soul says, is there a more horrendous warmonger than Graham? The fact that he is jumping up and clicking his heels illustrates DJT is on the wrong side of this one. Well, I see what you're saying. Do you believe the president could somehow be compromised? Not a la Epstein. Do you think all of a sudden the reason for this? And why now? If you're going to compromise the president, you should have done it a long time ago. Marco War wasn't needed. Listen, Marco when Marco Rubio, and let me explain something back. When he stood out in the hallway of the Congress and said, let me watch you. Are you watching this? Record this. I'm for Israel 100%. I'm for Israel 100%. Okay, fine, thank you. Are you off tonight, Lionel, KABC? No, I'm on WABC. I'm going to start in about 7 minutes. No, I'm here at the studio now. What are you talking about? Justin says, Graham gives me the hard heebies. Okay? So let me just say something to you. I have no problem with there being an Israeli lobby, a climate lobby, a gun lobby, a lawyer lobby. I don't know why that bothers people. Why people took such great umbrage over the issue. If you don't think there's a Google lobby, if you don't think there's an AI lobby, you're not paying attention. Notice how more and more people are saying Palantir because they're recognizing the role of Palantir. Palantir is going to get a very evil connotation and a label. And where's Elon? Where's Elon, my friends? So in any event, let me do this. I've got to run. It's 12:54 a.m. Thank you so very much. Thank you, dear friends, for your wonderful and your glorious and your beauteous, I mean this, your beauteous, your generosity. Join me on 77 WABC, 77 WABC, that's 7 or 770. You can go to WABCradio.com or you can go to get the app. I'm not going to be talking about this because I've been having so much fun doing overnights talking about things that frankly a lot of people want to talk about but not now. I don't think I've got my reasons for this. I saved the good stuff for you, for Lionel Nation. And make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed right now, dear friends. Lionel Nation. In any event, thank you. Thank you. Iran is 90 million. Iraq is 46 million. Together, that's a large population. In fact, Israel has basically the same population as New York City. Think about that one. Israel is the size of New Jersey. And Iran is the size of Western Europe. Anyway, my friends, I thank you. You have a great and a glorious day. I appreciate so much your kindness. Don't forget, jump on right now. Get ready. 77 WABC, WABCradio.com. You can listen online. You can listen to, I think maybe iHeart or something, or get your own app and listen good. And I'll see you later on today at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. In any event, have a great and a glorious day. Don't forget, my friends, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da-da.